Yeah, so where the hell is this map? Oh, it's in my Infinitas folder. Oh, well that makes sense, because that was another tool I used to use back in the day. That's what I ran Board of the Dragon Queen using. Where under resources? Oh, it's under the My Camp. Okay, see? My Campaigns. Told you, it's either in one or the other folder. So, Board of the Dragon Queen. There we go. Infinitas. Maps. Sword Coast. Found it. That's what we're going to upload. And that's what we're going to use. Alright, what's the size of that map? 2649 by 3800. 2649 by 3800. Alright, this one still probably doesn't have a scale, so I'm going to have to just like... Alright, so we're going to use a different map. And we're going to get the scale of that map. Which basically I'm trying to figure out how far two things are in the game. And then once I know that, I can adjust these settings so that the distances are correct. Why is that important? Well, I use this kind of stuff so for travel times. And so let's switch over to the Sword Coast map here. So we got this here. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Nice and high def. Well, we don't need the grid. So let's just make the grid invisible for now. So let's turn it completely off. Yeah, we're going to turn it off because I'm not even going to use the grid for this map. So, for example, we have got Boulder's Gate here. We've got Waterdeep, and we got Neverwinter. So, and these are like the roads, right? So, if my players want to travel from like here to Dragonspear, like this is saying it's 31 feet, so because I haven't adjusted the scale, it's stuck to its basic. I think the basic setting is 100 feet. No, it's 5 feet for 100 pixels. So, we need to figure out how many pixels are between two objects, then have that be the basis for how we convert our basically pixels to feet. In this case, it'll be feet. It'll probably be pixels to miles because I believe like from Boulder's Gate to Dragonspear has to be somewhere around 300 or 400 miles. I mean that's just me guessing. You could just make it up. Like I could just sit here and just be like, oh, that sounds about right. But I think I have the maps and tools I need to actually figure it out. So this is the I love this map. This is like the canonical Sword Coast map, and it's super high definition. Like I think if I zoom in, I'll give it a second, it'll clear up. But and it has even more. I think what's it called? More things put along it that aren't labeled. But I like this art style, this Blando's art style for this map, a little bit better than this one. Unless he did both of them, it's entirely possible Blando is the one who did this. This is like the official Wizards of the Coast one. I believe you can find this on their website. I think it's just free. I don't know who does this style maps. Like this is like the canonical 5th edition style maps where it's this like light green for the or this kind of aqua green for the trees, and this light green, and it's got a very high contrast style, and then there's lots of writing on it. It's great. I love it. It looks great, and it's actually great for playing too. I just think this conveys my mood for the setting. This is a little bit of a more muted colors, kind of depressing looking map, really. And my players are going to come to Boulder's Gate after they're done with Chult. So it's a great map for them to kind of like start from here, and then there's gonna be things they have to go find in the Sword Coast, and I'm gonna plop down where things are. Serpent Hills are gonna be important. Trying to remember where else I've placed certain things they're gonna want to go to. One of my characters is from up here somewhere. I always forget where the grandfather tree is. I think it's somewhere in the Evermoors. But I thought it was in a forest, but I'm remembering this is important. I'm not remembering so much this. It could be in the High Forest as well. I don't know off the top of my head. It doesn't matter. Let's figure out the scale here. So here's our scale. We got this. Let's actually open this up in kind of just measure some distances in pixels here. All right. So what I need to do is figure out the distance between 2 points that I can compare to. So here, Beargost and Boulder's Gate right here. So if we kind of just measure this from here to here on this map, we're at 275 pixels. All right, we're going to notepad that. So 275 pixels. All right, so how many pixels per mile are on this map? So 275. If I just go 275 pixels along this scale here, we're at like, oh, that's almost exactly like 150. All right, yeah, let's do that. 200, so that's 150 miles. So 275 pixels equals 150 miles. Boom. Easy. Now, I have to go to this other map. Let's open that up and paint again, just so I can draw. Wrong one. We want the revised one. Oh, it's okay, Kazumeki. I just switched to this one, so it's a new channel. I thought I announced it in all the discords that were important, but I might have missed you. All right, so again, we're going to measure the same thing. So what do we got here? This is a higher definition, so we got 396 pixels. So roughly that means our scale is 396 pixels, or 300, let's do 395. So it's 395 pixels equals 150 miles. So see what we did there? We figured out basically what the pixels were here to figure out the miles. Then we measured that same pixels on a different map and assigned the same mileage to it to get our scale. Now, what do we got here? We got to put that into here somehow. So, grid scale. We're going to use miles. Distance. So what this does is the distance is how many per pixel grid size. So right now it's 5 feet or 5 miles now to 100 pixels. So let's figure out a way to kind of maybe reduce this. So we could do, it's 39 for 15, or wait, 15 per 39 pixels. That's not really good. But if we divide both of those by, let's say if we divide it both by 4, we're going to get 100 pixels equals a certain amount of miles. So since my brain's not working tonight, I'm going to do 150 divided by 4, 37.5. Now here, I'm just going to round down to 37. So 100 pixels, don't got to change that now, but 100 pixels is 37 miles. And also I'm going to make sure I set my global illumination on the, actually, you know what? We can just turn those off. I do want to keep the, no, you know what, this one is not going to be fog exploration. This is like a highly, this is a high traffic area. Like, I think if you grew up living in Boulder's Gate or in this area, you just kind of know where all these things are. Like, I don't know if they would teach it in school. Like, I'm not going to hide this